Stuart Bristow to the commentary. You may have heard Stuart with us yesterday doing the men's, the finals. He'll come in to call our men's C1 5000. It's a small field again, but again, quite a quality field here for the men's C1 5000. They're underway. They are underway and pretty even start. Now, let's see if we can identify any of these athletes. Of course, the Hungarian Balázs Adolf is there. Carlo Cecchini, I think, is there. He won a gold medal earlier today, which he'd be pretty stoked about in the C2. We've got the Chinese, Bowen Jai. We've got Robert Ladzins from Latvia. Manfred Pallinger from Austria. So a very good field, a very strong Asian contingent. Challenges with the portage because it's quite a big step up. At the front part of the portage from the boat up onto the pontoon is a big step and a bit of a groin buster.
Yeah, it looks like the get in. They all seem to handle it well. I couldn't see the get out from where I was standing, so I guess we'll see that now.
So the field has already strung out quite a long way. It's the Chinese athlete Jai Bowen who at the moment is in the lead. Balázs Adolf, the Hungarian marathon champion, is right next to him, and it looks like it's the Pole Bourgil, Matthias Bourgil, who is currently in third. So let's have a look at this all-important portage. Now this, so Adolf's gone, that's the high part. Look at that. That is a big climb out of there. It's much lower in the black section of the pontoon. So I think that's the smart place to get out if you can. So let's have a look here how everybody goes. They're all out safely at this stage, but can they get back in? Adolf gets in at the black part, which is lower, but the other two athletes, they've gone up to the high green section of the pontoon. There's Carlo Cecchini, the Italian, already with a gold medal today. And now the Pole, Bourgil, with the home crowd getting behind him. He's gone up to challenge the Chinese paddler, who once again I think he obviously looks like he wants to be out in front.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the athletes taking a different approach to the portage, some going onto the green turf, some choosing to get in earlier. It seems like the group has bunched up a bit again. Yeah, it's tough. It's better than 5, but it's going to be a big race off to get those last 2 medals.
So we're coming around now. This is the second portage coming up in just a moment. There are 5 portages altogether. It's made for some very interesting racing already. It's made some tough one. And look at Balázs Adolf, the Hungarian, go. He wants to get the best possible position for the next portage. Now moving clearly ahead of Bowen Jai, the Chinese paddler. Matthias Bourgil, the Pole, sticking there. He's going to come to the underside, I think, of the portage. Cecchini there. He's just stuck in no man's land at the moment between the front group of 3 and then the second Polish paddler, Adrian Kloss, who's sitting back now in 5th position. But the Hungarian Balázs Adolf wanting to get into that portage first. So he heads in there now. Bowen Jai and Matthias Bourgil trying to hang on, but they need to be careful here that they don't lose touch with the Hungarian. If the Hungarian can get a good portage together here, he can put a bit of a distance between himself and the rest of the field.
Yeah, he's chosen again to get out on the black part of the portage.
Oh yes, but look at this. Adolf struggling a little bit to get out of his boat, and it's opened the door for Bourgil, who really got out of his boat very fast. And oh my goodness me, Balázs Adolf having all sorts of trouble at the moment. He looked like he might have been limping. Well, look at that. That is a very, that's how you portage.
Yep.
Boys and girls. You have the confidence to put your boat in and then just jump in and off you go. So all that work that Balázs Adolf did to put some distance between himself and the rest of the field has amounted to naught, because now he's sitting there and he's got Matthias Bourgil on his outside. So no chance at all of blowing the field away. Let's see if we can get in a moment a look at where the Chinese paddler, who was leading for the first lap, Bo and Jai. Maybe he and Carlo Tacchini have teamed up to form a chase pack. Let's have a look. So there's Tacchini now is clearly in third, and Bo and Jai now has dropped back to fourth. So Tacchini's worked very, very hard. He must have portaged very well. As we've seen already, Balázs Adolf's portage, second portage, was not that great, I've got to say, for a marathon paddler. Let's see if he gets it right this time. He really struggled to get out of the water and then really made a bit of a pig's ear of the attempt to get, that's another saying. Have you heard that one, a pig's ear?
Definitely heard that one.
Yeah. So Balázs Adolf coming down now, and again, the boat getting away a little bit this time from the Portuguese paddler Borgil. Tacchini there. Oh, I mean, no, he's made a bad call there. He's gone to the wrong part. He's decided to change where he was going to get it. Oh, and behind we have the Chinese athlete Bo Jai, but he's okay. So let's have a look up at the front of the portage though. Oh, goodness me, sometimes those boats can get away from you. So nothing changes. These two paddlers out in front are still neck and neck. 3 portages down, 2 to go. Who do you think's looking the better on the water at the moment, Stuart?
I mean, Balázs has decided to take the lead in and out of the portage this time, so he's really keen to get away from Tacchini as much as they can. But the Polish are looking really strong on this one, just sort of conserving energy on the wash there. Portages are looking a bit smoother. That last one, I don't think any of them really had a great portage. You can see the muscles are starting to get tired.
And Tacchini clearly now in third, Bo and Jai fourth, and Adrian Kloss is sitting in 5th position. So the question for Carlo Tacchini, is he happy now just to keep fighting to hold on to that bronze, or does he fancy his chances of maybe chasing down this front 2 and giving a bit of a challenge for something a little bit more shiny than a bronze medal?
I believe the silver's the only one he doesn't have this weekend. So.
Correct. That is correct. So he'd like a full house, I'm sure. And I'm sure he'd rather actually have 2 gold than a full house. But
we all.
Yes. It was good to see, wasn't it? I mean, the C2 race, the 500, that a little bit later on. But here we go down now to the penultimate portage. Let's see their tactics this time. Where will they get out? I mean, there are things to think about here. Where will they get out of the water? And again, same as they did the last time, no change. Oh, but looks like the boat got away from Borgil a little bit. He had to try and pull it back in. I don't know that getting out of the water at that particular part is very useful.
Yeah, had to empty a bit of water out of his boat there as well.
That's twice in a row now that the boat's got away from him when he's tried to. But we know he's so good at getting back in the boat. Look at that.
Wow.
Perfect. Wow. That is smooth. Smoother than a baby's bum, as we say. There's another one. You writing these down, Stuart?
Yeah. I got my pen out there. They really seem to be conserving energy on that front group. Don't seem to be too bothered by Tacchini chasing from behind.
No. So Tacchini safely back in the water. Bo and Jai worked hard early on. He led for the first lap, and now he's facing the prospect of finishing without a medal, which I'm sure he would be desperate to try and... No, I want to be first. I want to be first to the pontoon. Borgil lets him pass without too much of a fight. So just biding his time.
They both seem to have chosen opposite sides of the portage, so there's more than enough space for both of them.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll be too fussed about who gets in first.
I'll be really interested, though, to see if Borgil hops out at the same place he has for the last 2 portages, because he's made a bit of a mess of both of them. He's lost control of the boat, it's got away from him, he's lost some space. I wonder this time whether he'll go a little bit further along and try and get out on a lower surface. We'll know in just a moment as we come down here for the final portage. This is where the race will be run and won. Tacchini, I think, has decided to settle for the bronze. Just keep that distance between himself and Jai Bowen. So the big race is here. This is the race we're all watching, the race for gold. It's going to come down to a final lap finish. Will the Polish crowd have an influence? Could that be something which will lift the Polish paddler? Oh, he's just getting himself into a spot of bother there. He's corrected himself now. So they're going to opposite sides again. Now let's have a look at this. They're going to both get out of the water at about the same time. And this time, oh no. Oh, they both... Now I can't hear the bell. I'm assuming this is the bell. I'm assuming this is the final portage. No bell going though, so maybe we miscounted. Stuart.
I'm not too sure. How many portages is that now?
I thought that was the fifth.
Fifth.
Looks like he's blown his Polish opponent out of the water. Mateusz Borgiel, he is struggling now just to stay within reach of this young Hungarian, the marathon world champion, under 23 world champion, formidable paddler. Coming around now the last bend. If he can stay, if he can stay in the canoe, and he has a sneaky look over his shoulder, he'd be pretty happy with what he can see. Because in the background, Matthew Borgiel, he could not go with the Hungarian when crunch time came. He obviously read the body language, didn't he, of the Pole, and knew that this was the time to pounce.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much of a fight there. When he decided he was going, he was gone.
So there they are. They're pretty spread out now. It doesn't really offer an accurate reflection of what this race has been, because up until the last portage, it was really neck and neck. But this is an impressive performance from this Hungarian paddler, Balázs Adolf, 24 years of age, and he's going to take the gold medal in the men's C1 5000. Matthew Borgiel will take the silver. He fought hard for most of the race, but in the end, just not able to go when the power was applied by the Hungarian. So coming down now to the finish. Congratulations to Balázs Adolf. Gold for Hungary. Is that Hungary's first gold medal for today? I think it might well be.
I believe so.
I think it might well be. So there he goes, crosses the line now. Gold, Hungary, Balázs Adolf in the men's C1 5000. And coming down now for the silver medal, it is the Polish paddler, Matthew Borgiel. He fought hard, tried hard to keep up with the Hungarian, but in the end, he found the younger paddler a little bit too strong. But that's a silver medal for Poland. And Carlo Tacchini, he's had a good day on the water. He's had a good day, he's had a good championship actually, and he's pretty excited to be picking up that gold medal earlier today. And now he can add a bronze medal to his collection as he crosses the finish line now.